These are the best books and series that I have read so far in 2025, and I really wanted to make a top 10 list, but I could not narrow it down. And let's start with Nevernight. It was so good to go back into Jay Kristoff's writing and to pick up something else. I absolutely love Jay Kristoff. Is Nevernight as good as the vampire series? Empire of the Vampire, Empire of the Damned, Empire of the Dawn coming in November? No, it's not as good as those, but it's still very much so worth the read. And this time we have our main character and she's a female, and I really enjoyed it. It's really bloodthirsty, which if you know Jay Kristoff's writing, that should come as no surprise to you. But that is one of the best books that I have read so far this year. I super duper loved it. Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. This took me on such an emotional journey, especially with the time jump. Oh my goodness. Our characters that we know and we love are there, and I just loved it so much. It was so good. And Pierce Brown is one of those authors that gets better and better and better with every book. Every book in the series before this, I rated 5 stars. This was a 6-star book for me. It was so good. So good. If you have not read the Red Rising saga, what are you doing? Like, even for somebody that does not read sci-fi, because I was a self-professed not a sci-fi guy, but now I'm like, because I love the series so much, now I'm like willing to dabble into more sci-fi. Yeah, if you've not read the Red Rising saga, I don't know what rock you're under, but you definitely need to pick that up. Iron Gold was a 6-star read for me. Definitely recommend. Loved it so much. Onyx Storm. Some people don't like this, but some people also don't like Beyonce, you know, whatever. I super duper enjoyed this. In my journey of reading, becoming an adult reader is really thanks to Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and Onyx Storm, it was amazing. I absolutely loved it from beginning to end. I actually think I have 2 copies. Yeah, I have 2 copies of the book, because the soft copy is the one that I read and the hard copy is the one that I collected. Because reading books and collecting books, those are 2 different hobbies, and I am not ashamed of it. But yeah, Onyx Storm, a 5-star read. Easy 5-star read at the beginning of the year. Absolutely loved it. Totally recommend it. If you haven't read it, or if you haven't read Fourth Wing, you should definitely read that. And even for the people that did not like Iron Flame, I did personally like Iron Flame, but even for the people that did not like Iron Flame, Onyx Storm seems to be a book that even those people like. So put your eyes on it. Zodiac Academy. This was so good. I fell in love. I fell in love with these authors. I fell in love with these characters. I will read anything that these 2 ladies put out. And I am currently reading Neverkeep. I'm totally enjoying that. I'm loving that. Same kind of vibes, different universe, but the same goodness. The same authors that are just really not afraid to go there, and I really love to read it. So if you've not read Zodiac Academy, you should definitely pick that up. Yes, it's a long series. Buckle in and prepare yourself to be reading for a month or 2 or the whole year. Who knows how long it takes, but giddy up, get into it. I read the entire Zodiac Academy in 1 month, and it was one of the best reading months that I had all year long. Speaking of these 2 ladies, I read Echo Fort, which I absolutely loved. I love Neverkeep, but Echo Fort was on a totally different level. Easy 5-star read for me. So if you've not read Echo Fort, same 2 authors, pick it up. A Tribute of Fire. This was a new author to me, and I really enjoyed this. This month, actually, A Vow of Embers, which I believe is book 2, comes out, and I cannot wait to pick up this series. This was an easy 5-star read for me in the month of April, I think it was. Great book, definitely recommend. Very fast paced. The story is not what you think it is from the beginning. And even at the end of it, you may not know what the story is, but it is good the whole time. Amid Clouds and Bones. I think I read this in the same month that I read A Tribute of Fire, and it was so good. Ella Fields, this was my first read of any book by Ella Fields. I know Nectar of the Wicked was super duper popular by Ella Fields last year, and I never ended up picking that up. But after reading this, I want to pick it up, even though people were iffy about whether or not they liked it. I really don't want any more iffy series. I've read a lot of stuff that's not great this year because I've read so many books, but I don't want any iffy series. So that I'm a bit scared to pick that up. But Amid Clouds and Bones was so good, and it's a standalone. So you can read this in a day or two. You really can. It's so good. And once you pick up the story, you really don't want to put it down. I 100% recommend this book by Ella Fields. I don't know about any other book, but if I pick up another book by Ella Fields, I'll definitely talk about it. And yeah, I recommend it. Go pick it up. The Scattered Bones. I was just in my bag that month because I just read 5-star after 5-star. And this is another standalone that was absolutely amazing. This is Nicole Scarano. Oh God, it was so good. It was so good. And at the beginning of the story, I thought, what am I reading? But then by the midpoint, the pieces finally started to come together of what I was reading, and I was blown away. Just how it was pieced together is so good. So good. I don't actually have this on the list, but I'm going to add it right now. Peaches and Honey was another 5-star read for me. Same kind of story where you don't understand necessarily the pieces at first, and then when they come together, it's really amazing. And I actually need to continue on in that series because that's not a standalone. The Scattered Bones, however, is a standalone, and I 100% recommend it. You can read this in like 2 days. House in the Cerulean Sea, as well as Somewhere Beyond the Sea, these books by TJ Klum. Somewhere Beyond the Sea, I believe, released this year. These both were 5-star reads for me. Super duper emotionally impactful, and they have stuck with me. House in the Cerulean Sea is definitely a happy read for me. This is YA. It is family oriented, also found family. Just fantastic, beautiful writing in a gay romance story. Finally, something that looks hopeful, no devastation, no tragic love, just a beautiful story. And also very diverse in the casting and the writing, and intentionally diverse and intentional about the writing and the verbiage used in this specific book. It's so good. I will pick up anything TJ Klum has written. Staying in the vein of TJ Klum, I also read Wolf Song this year, and it was absolutely fantastic. And so many people have recommended Wolf Song for me, and I finally read it. I loved it. Absolutely great. This was something that was a little bit more spicy from TJ Klum, which was also a nice surprise. But yeah, Wolf Song. The Mercenary and the Mortician took me on such an emotional journey. I was crying, like sobbing by page 6 in this book. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. I do recommend this. This is very dark romance, in my opinion. The author of this doesn't even find this to be very dark, which I think is very interesting. And what is she reading? But anyway, no judgment here. This was the darkest romance that I have ever read. This darkest book that I have ever read. I don't know if I can go any darker than that. Like, it was very dark. So check the trigger warnings if you want to pick this up. But it was so worth the read for me. The Mercenary and the Mortician, I give it 8 stars. New favorite author this year, Lita Blake and the Heat of Love series. I absolutely devoured this series. It was so good. If you have not put your eyes on any of the books in this series, it doesn't even matter which one you pick up. Doesn't matter which one you start with, because they are all interconnected standalone. So you can pick up any of the books in the series and read them. They were so good. Of course, I recommend that you start at the beginning, but if you don't, it's not that big of a deal. But they are so good, so good. And yeah, this is an author that I will be reading anything that she's written and any publications that she makes in the future. Absolutely love Lita Blake, Heat of Love series. If you've not read it, put your eyes on it. This year, I finally finished The Wheel of Time, and I loved it. I loved it. There were 2 books at the end that were really, I'm side-eyeing them, but in hindsight, thinking about the fact that those 2 books that I didn't love, the author was at the end of his life, really not only makes me forgive like not loving them so much, but it really puts into perspective how hard he was trying to get out this material before he passed away. And I can't do anything but respect that. And Robert Jordan is still my favorite author. So yeah, if you've not read The Wheel of Time, yes, it's a long series. Yes, it's 100% worth your time. Read the series. Find out why people were so crazy about the Amazon Prime show that recently got canceled, unfortunately. But find out why this book or this book series is so popular. The Plated Prisoner series is also going to come up today because I actually decided to finish this because I think I filmed a video of reading books that I DNF'd before or something. And if I didn't, then that's definitely going to be a reading vlog. I finally got past the 50% mark of that first book. And it was so good after the 50% mark. It was ridiculous. And I just read through the entire series because I love binging series, you guys. And it was so good. One of the best fantasy romance series that I've read this year, and I totally recommend it. If you can get past that first 50%, push through it. Push through it, because that first 50% is really difficult to get through. I did DNF that book last year, but I picked it up this year, and it's one of the top book series for me this year. The Cruel Shifterverse. This helped me get out of a reading slump, so I definitely recommend this. And this is a new favorite author for me this year. So if you've not put your eyes on The Cruel Shifterverse or any book by Jasmine Mast, you definitely should. On Wings of Blood. This was an unexpected treasure with vampires and fae and dragons. And it's done in a very new way. This is not something that I've read before, at least. And I really enjoyed this. I gave this 5 stars. And I will be reading the sequel to this book probably this month, so tune in for that. Direbound. I really enjoyed this because this was something different, and I really needed something different. I needed something different besides the humans and the fae and something else. Yeah, I needed something different, and this was definitely different. So we have huge dire wolves in this, and yes, we do come up with a villain that looks very familiar by the end of the book, so I will not say that because I believe that's a spoiler. But the direwolves element, I had never read anything with direwolves and people riding the direwolves and that kind of magic system being a thing, and I absolutely love that. So that's Sable Sorensen, and I definitely will be picking up more books by this author in the future. I'm So Not Over You. This is Coastal Jackson, and it was so good. So good. It felt very close to home. One of the main characters was from North Carolina. My family's from North Carolina. And the other male main character, the love interest, was from Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. It just felt really close to home. And it was so good. And I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was a hug in a book. And I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the fake dating trope. Also, I like rich boys in my romance. I like rich boys. That is such a vibe. I really like it. I really was into it. And if you have not picked up I'm So Not Over You, put your eyes on it. Trick Play by Eden Finley. This was also 5 stars. So I read both of these books in a reading vlog of reading MM romance. And most of the books in that vlog got 5 stars. Trick Play was also 5 stars. And again, we have the rich boys, and we also have fake dating. So we have fake dating in both, and we have rich boys in both. So I'm loving it. Both of them, I loved it. Quest of Awakening. This was very surprising. This was a 5-star read for me, very emotionally impactful. But I do have to say, check your trigger warnings because there is some pretty harsh, bigoted language written in the story. It actually surprised me a bit. So check the trigger warnings for that. But other than that, I really enjoyed the story, and I think you would too. It's a fantasy romance about dragons. So yeah, that was very interesting. Totally recommend that. Boys Come First, from the very first line in this book. Oh my God, my Georgia accent came out for a second. From the very first line in this book, I was hooked. From the very first line, I was absolutely hooked in this story. And if you have not put your eyes on this, I really can't say much about this, but you need to read Boys Come First, like one of the most impactful books of the year for me. The Deep by River Solomon was so good. This is about the offspring of enslaved Africans that are thrown off the boat and what happens to their bodies, and they become mer people, and it is so interesting and so good. So yeah, put your eyes on it. Dune, this was really good. I ended up rating this 4.75 stars only because, and this is unfortunate and it's no fault of the book, because this really should be a 5-star rating for me. I've already seen the first 2 movies, so the stakes weren't so high when I was reading this, which is unfortunate. Because I already knew what was gonna happen, my rating could have been higher than it was, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 4.75. I really enjoyed this. If you have not picked this classic piece of literature up, then you definitely should. There's also a narration from James Earl Jones, which was really nice and really impactful and touching for me personally. So I really enjoyed that. Dune. The Will of the Many was very surprising. I was quite literally judging a book by its cover, and I hadn't picked this up just because I didn't like how the cover looked. I was so wrong about that. Also, I have to say, this was a 5-star book for me, but I have to say, reading it, it was a little bit difficult to understand what was going on until the midway point. So lock in on this one. I am looking forward to the Will of the Few, or the Strength of the Few. I'm looking forward to that book. I believe it comes out in November, and I cannot wait to pick that up. But James Eisington has become another favorite author for me this year, and I do want to read more from this author. Riftborn was another surprise for me. I need to go ahead and read the second book. Oh my God, I have so many series that I need to read books on that have books in the series that are released, but Riftborn was very good. We have shadow magic, and we have shadow magic coming from our female main character, which is a nice twist. We love that. It was really good. Put your eyes on that too. This was another 5-star read for me. So I read Riftborn in the same month that I read A Tribute to Fire and The Scattered Bones and Amid Clouds and Bones. So just 5-star after 5-star after 5-star. It was a really good reading month for me. And if you haven't put your eyes on this, put your eyes on that. City of Gods and Monsters. So this is still in that same month. I don't know if it was April or if it was May, but City of Gods and Monsters, this was another 5-star read for me in that same month. This City of Gods and Monsters is what Crescent City should have been. Like, the first book is what the whole Crescent City series should have been. And I love Sarah J. Maas, obviously, but Crescent City was really her worst writing, and fight me about it. I really don't care. It was almost upsetting. Like, I have never DNF'd a Sarah J. Maas book 4 times, and that first Crescent City book was just so difficult to get through. Oof. It's the one Sarah J. Maas series that I don't recommend, but if you want to read ACOTAR 6, unfortunately, I have to tell you, you have to read Crescent City. And that's pretty much the only reason that I made myself stick through it, because after people read the second book, they were like, oh my God, you have to read this because this is more stuff with ACOTAR. And you know what? It's been over 2 years at this point. So if that's a spoiler for you, I'm sorry and I don't care. Moving on. Dungeon Crawler Carl. This was a huge surprise. I just thought to myself, I'm not gonna like this book because I'm not a gamer, so maybe this is not gonna be my thing. It was hilarious from beginning to end. I do recommend, however, that you consume this via audio, because reading it and getting all of the sound effects that happen on the audiobooks from Audible, at least, it's not the same experience. So I definitely recommend that you consume this via audio. But it is so good. It's so well done. It is absolutely hilarious and totally worth your time, even if lit RPG doesn't sound like it's your thing. If you like to laugh, it's your thing. If you don't like to laugh too much in books, then maybe it's not your thing, but I like to laugh. So that was definitely my thing. I absolutely loved it. I had a great time with it, and I totally recommend it. The last book that I'm going to talk about in this video is Oathbound. I have said a million times, Tracy Dion's writing, I feel so seen in Tracy Dion's writing. I absolutely have loved every book that she has released to the date. and I recommend it. Tracy Dion is one of those authors where I buy these books for my friends and I recommend these books. So if you have not put your eyes on any of the books so far in this King Author retelling by Tracy Dion, I 100% recommend that you do. Just take out the time to do that. And I hope you like what you saw. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao.